Hi, I'm Zeb Abrams from Iterate, and I'm going to show you how to use the Iterate app to go from an idea all the way to product requirement documents like a PRD, an opportunity solution tree brainstorming session, and user stories and acceptance criteria. It just takes a few minutes using AI. What I'm going to do is I'm going to run a timer here in the corner. So it's going to be running in real time, and I'm going to speed up the video so you'll see me actually producing everything from scratch. So I first start out by creating a new project. With any new project, I have to start with a one-liner. So I'm going to use the example that it gives above, and then I'm just going to zip through all the different sections. So at the very end, I could choose a name or I can create my own, and I'm just going to choose this one. This is a project summary, which once again, I can edit using the AI or manually. And when I'm done, I can save it all and create an Excel file which I save online. So nothing is saved on the system. Everything is saved by you that you can download, and you can even edit it afterwards if you want to upload it and reuse the project. So I'm not going to download it. Go to the home screen. Now we're going to run one of these. I'm going to run right now the opportunity solution tree, which is a form of brainstorming where you start with a product goal and a business goal, and then you create all sorts of solutions based on that. So I'll run this. Here I'm going to choose my virtual team of experts. So I can choose up to 4 experts. It's like having a brainstorming meeting with all these people. So I'm going to choose just 2 for this example, just to keep it simpler. Marketing and design. And then I'm going to create. Okay, now that it's done creating a tree, I'll scroll up to the top. First of all, it drew both trees for both experts. This one's the marketing one, and this one's the design one. You could zoom in, you can actually see it. Each one created 2 opportunities per expert, 2 sub-opportunities per opportunity, and 2 solutions per sub-opportunity. So this is how the tree is designed. Each one of these, we can see the actual tree. Here's the marketing expert. This is the first opportunity. This is the second opportunity. Each one has a sub-opportunity, and each one has a specific solution for that opportunity and experiments that you can use to track those solutions. If I want to edit anything, I can click on a branch in a tree, or I can click on a sub-branch, and I can edit this using the AI. And at the very end, I can save it. So I'm going to save it, for example. So this is what the actual PowerPoint looks like. It has the information about the projects you created, and all the information is now in the tree. I can now edit this just like any PowerPoint slide, and you can go through it yourself on a whiteboard or show it to your colleagues, and you have a virtual team go through these ideas. So now I'm going to go back. Now I'm going to choose the user story and acceptance criteria, for example. So when you're creating a new feature, you need to create user stories, and sometimes you need help designing it as well as the acceptance criteria to really help you think through what are all the issues that are going to come up. So it gave me a couple of ideas. I'm going to choose just one of them, or you can use anything. So it finished creating all the user stories. This was the user story that we're using, and it came up with acceptance criteria, both regular ones as well as negative ones that you might not have thought of, and non-functional ones that are even more external to the regular ones. And I can then create any other scenario and create an acceptance criteria, or it gave me a couple of other ideas for scenarios, like lag pre-performance, and then I can create acceptance criteria for just that one single scenario. At the end, I can generate a document, which I once again will show you. So here's the actual, all the data from the user story. It put it all in a Word document so you could copy paste it elsewhere. Now I'm going to go back to the actual program. And now we're going to go create a PRD. The PRD I can create for the whole project or for a specific feature. perhaps I could choose one of the features that I found in the opportunity solution tree or any others. I'm going to do it for the whole project just for simplicity. And now I can select which sections of the PRD I want. It's totally customizable. You can choose any or all of the sections. I'm going to intentionally choose all of them so you can see how long it takes to just produce all of them. The difference here between other PRD generators is that you can actually manually edit every single section independently. So I'm going to actually produce all of these sections. Some of them are soon to come. So it finished creating the PRD. It has a lot of sections, scrolling all the way to the top. Once again, I chose all of them. A lot of them are just based on text. They're all based on your specific project. Every single one of these sections I can obviously edit manually, or I can have the AI edit just this single section. So if I have competition here, or the user persona, or for example, the target customer, even though it's already based on the information I have, if I want to change it and say, add another target customer and adjust with AI, now it's going to edit only this one section. So everything else remained the same. So now it added another customer. It has things here that maybe don't appear in other PRDs. It has the press release, like the Amazon method, and it has potential complaints for you to think about, as well as a whole product team feedback section. This is going through the value risks, usability risks, the feasibility risks, and the business viability risks. It's like having an external team look at all the information you created and tell you what potential issues you might have. You can save it all as a Word document, and it's all going to be formatted. So here's the PRD. It generated just like any other PRD. I actually have to manually update the table, and it created an entire table of contents, all the different sections, and it's formatted to look like a regular PRD with all the content that you've created. So you can either edit it here, or you can edit it on the program itself. Last, I'm going to show you the KPI revenue connector. So as a product manager, you're supposed to be able to describe why it is you're creating what you're creating, or why it is you're working on a specific feature. So this requires that you've done some of these templates before. You don't have to do all of them. You have to do at least the PRD, and it pulls in all the data from those other templates. So what you need to do is give it a feature and potentially the KPIs and product goals. I'm going to choose the one from the PRD just for the sake of argument. So I click here, and it immediately pulls in that data from the PRD. And it doesn't have a product goal, but that's fine because it's going to synthesize even more output. So I'm going to click the synthesize input. It now generated a product goal for me. I'm just going to choose this one. Once again, I can edit it here or with the AI if I want. And now it's going to generate KPIs. It had the ones that were generated in the PRD, but in addition, it created some more. So I'm going to do acquisition rate, feedback, and frequency, and I can have it edited. Now it's creating, using these KPIs, it's going to connect it with revenue goals. So given this product goal and given this feature that we said we're going to create, these are the KPIs you should track. Each one leads to a revenue goal. So I'm saying if I'm going to improve the customer acquisition rate, that essentially is going straight to revenue growth. Whereas if I'm fixing the usability feedback, that's working more on retention. You're working on the customer satisfaction. So depending on what KPI you're tracking, you can explain why you're doing it and how it affects the business. And once again, all of this can be downloaded. So once again, it puts all the information, and these were exactly, this was the information that created. In our case, we chose 3 KPIs. If there were 6, they'd all appear here. And this is pretty much a tree that connects all of them. So you can then go to management and say, look, we're working on this feature and we're tracking the plugin usage because that's going to drive growth. And we're going to be looking at daily active users. So that's about it. There are other templates that we have, and there are going to be more that we're adding very, very soon. We're happy to hear any feedback, and we'd love to hear if there are specific things that you'd like us to add. It took us 13 minutes to do all of that. That would have taken us days. Thanks.